They say some souls are born not to seek glory or deliver grand speeches, but to quietly change lives. Tyler Wall was one of those souls. Long before millions of viewers saw his face in one of MrBeast's most unforgettable challenges, Tyler was already working behind the scenes, directly touching lives with a simple mission: helping people rebuild themselves. Born on December 18, 1986, in Southington, Connecticut, Tyler was no ordinary coach. He wasn't a performer, nor a fan of flashy displays. He believed deeply in the power of inner transformation. For him, fitness wasn't about appearance. It was a tool to help people rediscover their sense of self-worth. He never raised his voice. He never tried to impress. He listened. He observed. And with quiet patience, he built bridges between the body and the mind of those he coached. Many of his former clients still describe him today as a kind of silent healer. So when MrBeast launched his new life-changing challenge in 2024, lose 100 pounds, win $250,000, it only made sense that someone like Tyler would be part of it. In this high-stakes project, each contestant was paired with a professional coach. Tyler was assigned to a young man named Majd, who wasn't just battling weight. He was struggling with failure, shame, and a loss of self-confidence. And almost instantly, Tyler's magic started working. From the very first clips, viewers noticed something different about his approach. Tyler wasn't chasing results. He wasn't obsessed with performance. He was fully there for Majd. In every session, with every word of encouragement, he sent a deeper message. You deserve to feel better. You have the right to rise again. And that message landed. Majd began to change. It wasn't just about a shrinking body. It was a man slowly standing taller. He smiled more. He walked with more confidence. And behind every bit of progress, Tyler was there, quiet, steady, present. But behind that calm presence, something heavier was quietly brewing, because while Tyler helped others heal, no one knew he was carrying a silent burden of his own, a weight he never shared, one that the world would soon discover in the most heartbreaking way. It was supposed to be just another day. Majd was making progress. The challenge was moving forward. Sessions were happening regularly. The transformation was visible. Then, suddenly, everything stopped. No more posts, no more updates, no sign of Coach Tyler Wall. At first, no one panicked. Maybe it was a break. Maybe filming had paused. Maybe he just needed space. But within the production team, an unusual silence set in, a void that couldn't be explained. And gradually, that absence became impossible to ignore. On February 18, 2025, exactly 85 days after the challenge began, the news broke. Tyler Wall was found lifeless in his apartment in Greenville, North Carolina. No goodbye note, no warning, just a sudden, brutal departure. He was 38 years old. Out of respect for his family, the announcement wasn't made public immediately. The team remained silent. Those who had worked with him were in shock, and soon, online, rumors began to spread. What had happened? No cause of death was revealed, no medical report shared, and intentionally, the family chose silence. MrBeast's team, in a gesture of complete respect, honored that decision. But for Majd, the pain was immediate. The man who had shown up every day, who had lifted him through his darkest moments, was gone. For someone in the middle of rebuilding his life, this loss felt like a punch to the chest, a painful interruption to his healing journey. And for the public, Tyler's disappearance was equally jarring. People began rewatching the videos. Old clips resurfaced, showing his calm smile, his grounded posture, the gentleness in his voice. Tributes began to appear, quiet but heartfelt. And a painful question echoed everywhere. How could someone so kind, so peaceful, vanish in such silence. The internet didn't slow down. Forums filled with theories. Some pointed to health issues. Others whispered about burnout, loneliness, maybe even a conscious choice. But deep down, no one really knew. And maybe that's what hurt the most. It wasn't the lack of answers that stung. It was the realization that no one had truly seen his pain. Weeks passed with no official word. Then, finally, MrBeast released the final video of the challenge. There was no long speech, no dramatic twist. Just at the very end of the video, a black screen, a quiet tribute, and these words, "In memory of Coach Tyler Wall, thank you for changing lives." And then silence. A silence long enough to feel the weight of the loss. There were no theatrics, no spectacle, just respect. A simple, dignified farewell, exactly like the man he was. After that quiet tribute aired, the silence lingered, but something else began to rise, slowly, quietly, like a ripple reaching far beyond the screen. Messages poured in. Fans shared how Tyler's calm presence had inspired them to start walking, to exercise again, to eat better. Some said they felt understood just by watching him, as if his gentle energy reached them through the screen. Others thanked Majd, who had now become, unintentionally, the living testament to Tyler's impact. Fitness coaches, therapists, strangers, they all began to speak up, posting tributes, reflections, memories, not to build a legend, but to remind the world that in a noisy, brutal place, someone like Tyler Wall truly mattered. And then Majd spoke. In an emotional interview, he said that Tyler had been the first coach to truly believe in him. No judgment, no pressure. He didn't try to fix him. He simply saw him as a human in pain and stood by him with patience. "He taught me," Majd said, "that discomfort isn't the enemy, that sometimes that's where meaning is found. He guided me, never forced me. He made me believe I deserved to heal." And maybe that was Tyler Wall's greatest gift. He didn't measure success by pounds lost, but by confidence regained, by the return of a smile, the lift in someone's eyes. He understood that true transformation doesn't always show up on a scale, but always in the heart. On YouTube, the views on the challenge video surged again, not for the spectacle, but to revisit what truly mattered. Tyler's simple gestures, his quiet presence, his deep listening, his smile, not for the camera, but for the soul in front of him. Some viewers captured it best in one viral sentence. "I didn't know who Tyler Wall was, but now I'll never forget him." And maybe that's the most honorable mark a human being can leave behind. A silent transformation that echoes without a sound. He left behind no scandal, no controversy, only questions, and a great deal of love. He left behind a young man walking toward healing, a family proud of who he was, and a message that wasn't written in words, but lived through actions. Be present, love sincerely, and leave people better than you found them. In a world drowning in noise, performance, and image, Tyler Wall proved something vital. Sometimes it's the softest voices that leave the loudest echoes. And to this day, that echo still lingers.